Welcome to the Chew on This podcast. Join your host, Dr. Katie Chew, and her guests as they chew on what matters, one story at a time.
Perfect.
Okay. Hi, welcome to another episode of Chew on This, where we're going to be chewing on what really matters, one story at a time. And I'm your host, Dr. Katie Chew. And today, this is a very special episode. Yes, I literally just flew into Atlanta, Georgia, and about an hour ago, and I just checked into my hotel. I'm going to give a shout out to Marriott. And one of my friends, colleague, he lives in Georgia, and since I told him that I was going to be here, he made the drive. So, Tony, do you want to introduce yourself?
Certainly. So,
yes.
Katie, it is so good to see you. I mean, we have been friends from afar.
Yes.
And so it's great to meet you in person. Welcome to Georgia.
Yes.
So I hope
I love Georgia.
I do too, obviously. Lived here for over 20 years.
Wow.
So, yeah. So very excited to have you here. And of course, I'm Tony Sommer.
Yes, yes. And tell my audience and followers a little bit of what you do. I know that I've followed you a little bit, and you've done a lot, and in a very adventurous way as well. There's some military background.
Yes, ma'am.
And then now you're in the, the myopia control space,
Yes,
and all that. And so tell me a little bit more about your journey.
So it's quite a journey, actually. So I started my professional career in the U.S. Air Force. So I graduated from the Air Force Academy last century. And flew in AWACS radar planes. So I was not a pilot, but I flew in aircraft and worked with pilots a lot. Did a ton of stuff there, fought in a lot of America's wars, and then had a career moment. I got married.
Okay.
And didn't want to be gone all the time.
Yeah.
So then I came into corporate world,
Yeah.
and with corporate world, it was just a variety of assignments until I found the thing I was looking for,
Okay.
which is optometry, myopia management specialty.
So when you say the corporate world, was it in a totally different industry?
Yes, it was. So I started my corporate career as a marketing person, brand marketer at General Mills.
Oh.
So they're the Betty Crocker company
Yeah.
and cereal company.
Yeah.
So I started there and learned all sorts of business principles. And I had a 6-year-old's dream career because you rotate every year.
Yeah.
So I had ice cream,
Yeah.
I had cake mix, and I had race cars.
And race cars?
NASCAR. I ran the NASCAR
Oh, wow.
business for us.
Wow.
So it was a lot of fun. Like I said, a 6-year-old boy would have loved it. Ice
Yes.
cream, cake, and race cars.
And in race cars, wow, wow. I just had to tag into the, when he said about, little boy's dream. My daughter right now is in the Marines.
Yes, ma'am.
And she is aspiring to be a pilot for the military. And so she hasn't been assigned the craft, the aircraft, but, I'm excited for her journey. And it's kind of like the same thing. It's like, there's these little dreams that kids have, right? And for my daughter, it's like I remember when she first told me she was going to go into the military and she wanted to be a pilot. I was like, well, to be honest, I'm your mom, and I've never really heard you mention anything about flying planes, right? And I said, it's going to be very, very competitive, right?
Yes.
Once you get to that point, there's only going to be a few selected slots for people to fill those particular positions for those particular aircrafts. And I said, I'm almost positive that some of these men, they've been probably dreaming about it since they were very, very young, as a little kid. And she goes, well, Mom, I do have to tell you this. It's like, even though it may not have been a passion from when I was young, but you're the one that taught me to pursue every interest that I have. And she said, Mom, she goes, I have the most, it's so deeply rooted in terms of her wanting to serve our country, and in that capacity, she says, Mom, I want to be a pilot. And so when I heard that from her, and she's in her early 20s, I'm like, go for it then.
Absolutely.
Right? Go for it.
And she's a Marine too.
Yes, she is.
So that is an even smaller subset
Yes.
of pilots.
Yes.
So that's fantastic.
Yes. And to be a female Marine, yeah, that's
a female Marine officer.
Yes.
There are very, very few.
Yes,
That's amazing.
Yes. So I'm so proud of her. Okay, so the way it works with my podcast,
Yes, ma'am.
is that we are going to be drawing questions out of these little
Oh,
bags. Okay.
cool.
So I'm holding the hard shoes, and you're holding the soft shoes. And what this means is that in this bag of hard shoes, my staff, they're the ones that print out all the questions, and then they stuff them into the bags.
So it's random.
They're random, and I have no idea what the questions are. So we're going to be going through this.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
And so with the hard shoes, these are the questions or moments where it's going to make you and I, pause a little bit and think about it.
Okay.
Because these are transformative moments in our lives. And maybe sometimes, tests our beliefs, our faith, and all that. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're holding the soft shoes. Those are the easy questions, right?
I like easy questions.
And yes, and those are going to be a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more fun, but it grounds us. It reminds us what are the things that we should be thankful for.
Okay.
And because sometimes with our busy lives, it's hard to kind of, think about those things, right? Okay. So since you're my guest, you're going to go first.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, you're going to go first.
Okay. So I will dig deep into the bag. So I'll take the one at the top. And do I read it?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to read it, and then we're both each going to answer it.
What's a little life hack that keeps your world running smoothly?
A life hack?
A little life hack. So it doesn't have to be anything major. It says a little life hack.
Yeah. I want you to go first.
Okay, absolutely. So believe it or not, this is very little, but it actually starts my day very well.
Okay.
And it happens the night before.
Okay.
So I grind my own coffee beans.
Yeah.
I don't roast them, I buy them. But,
Sure.
But I grind them.
Okay.
So I set up my coffee machine the night before. So it's drip, water, filter, grind the beans. It's all totally set up the night before.
Yeah.
I don't program it
Okay.
because you never know who's going to get up in the morning first and then turn it on, and you never know at the time.
Yeah.
So that little hack sets up the entire next day.
For everyone.
For everybody, especially my father, who's living with us. He's a coffee fiend. I love coffee as well.
I love coffee.
Yes. So it's totally set up so whoever gets up first just turns the handle and
Yeah.
boom. So that's a very little life hack. But once we figured that out, it's been amazing for our household.
I still don't know what. I'm thinking that in terms of life hacks, it would be more the doing things that are going to be more, how should I say, bringing the family together. And so my life hack would be that I put a lot of love in making soups. Okay, so
It's
I don't
soup
know if
weather
that's
right now.
So I don't know if that's really a life hack, but the point is that by me, because it's cathartic for me as well, making sure that all the ingredients are going in at the precise timing, and then I always make sure that the broth itself is made out of either beef bone or chicken bone or pork bone, and so I make a lot of authentic Chinese soups. And so, but what I mean by bringing the family together is that these recipes are the ones that are from my grandmother.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it is fantastic. And so I'm the only one that really has carried it on. And so whenever we have huge family gatherings, everyone looks forward to my soups.
Big pot of soup.
Oh, we're talking about a big, gigantic,
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's truly a hack, but it's a way. It's a very easy way to bring the family together by reminding them of the things that we love so much. And one of them is grandma. And these are my aunts and my dad, and it's their mother, right? So every time when they drink my soup, I mean, it reminds them of their mom.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, she was the matriarch of our family, and she really held us together. And so that's my tribute to my grandmother.
That's fantastic. And the way you do it, because you were talking about making the broth from the bone. I'm like, so you make it totally from scratch.
Oh, I do make it from scratch.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And my younger daughter has asked me many, many times, I still haven't done it, She goes, Mom, I bought you a recipe book, a blank one. She goes, I've been wanting you to write. And she always asks me like every few months, you're like, Mom, have you put any of the recipes in the book? And so sorry, Cody, I haven't yet, but
Well,
I will.
Here's a hack on your phone. Just talking to a voice memo and she can transcribe it for you.
That's true. That's true.
It's
I
faster for you.
I think I've been. No, you're right. You're right.
Unless she wants your handwriting, because that's a huge deal.
Well, that's true. I've been thinking because a lot of these ingredients come from a Chinese market or an Asian market.
Yeah.
And so I've been telling her that I wanted to take pictures of all the packages of all the different types of beans and dried fruits and things like that. And I can't read Chinese. So when I buy things, it's based on visual.
On visual, yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah. But I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my phone next time and do like an audio.
You can do a video tour of it because that'll
Yeah.
capture the characters as well.
That's true. Look at that.
And that your hack then is then you feed it into AI. Gemini will transcribe that into English.
Okay. Yes. AI. Oh my goodness. How our world is changing so rapidly.
Absolutely.
One recipe at a time.
Yeah, it would. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. All right. So I think we both answered that.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so we're going to go for a hard one. All right. What's one moment where you realized you were stronger than you thought? What's one moment where you realized you were stronger than you thought?
So I've got some combat ones, and those aren't fun. But I've got one that would surprise you. So though I fly an aircraft all the time, and I love it, and that used to be my job, I'm deathly afraid of heights. Deathly.
Wow. Yeah.
Deathly. So like I can't even watch a movie without getting the fear impulse if they get close to an edge.
Yeah.
My stomach flutters. However, I was with a bunch of friends and we were in Sandia in Albuquerque and we had to ride the tram up. Going up is no problem because you look up the whole time. Going down was the problem. I had to get close to the edge, not very close, mind you, like normal people, no problem. But last tram, I got to get on it. I have to cross 20 feet,
Wow.
which for me is terrifying. And my friends, these are my military buddies, and they're kind of laughing at me, but they know this. They've been with me my entire life. So, so I actually made it, obviously, and I stood in the middle of the tram car. But what really helped me in this moment,
And all your buddies were around you?
yes, yeah, they screened the windows actually for me in the gondola, and that was just nice. But what was really helpful for this, besides that help, was to get me on the tram. I had one buddy on each side of me, and I grabbed a hold of their arm, and I think they still have the fingerprints all these years later from my death grip on them.
Wow.
But that was terrifying and kind of funny because I've jumped out of airplanes,
Yeah. But you're afraid of heights.
but I'm terrified of heights. Terrified, not afraid, terrified. So that was some point that I'm like, because you have to be stronger.
Definitely.
Yeah, as
Definitely.
a parent, as a business owner, you have to be stronger. But that was one of those where I'm like, I can't believe this, that I'm this scared.
Yeah. I'm trying to think right now as you're talking. I feel like there were several points in my life that, I had to, that I realized I was stronger than I had thought. And I think one of them, for sure, was leaving an abusive marriage. Because I was in it for so long. And that was before I had children.
Okay.
And but after having children and seeing that his behavior was not changing, even though with all these promises that he would change, and it was always, that honeymoon effect, where he'll promise the world that he'll change,
Absolutely.
and so that's what kept pulling me back in.
Uh-huh.
But once I saw that my children, there was no way that I was going to have them be exposed in that
Yeah.
environment. That's when I got stronger and,
Absolutely.
and left.
And made the big decision.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So that's my moment.
And it was because you were a parent.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
amazing, those things.
But now, knowing what I know now, I would have left sooner.
Yes, and that's the wisdom of going
Correct.
through an experience.
Correct. But I only had what I was taught from my younger years. That's why I stayed in that relationship for as long as I did.
Because that's what you do, right? That's what we
Yeah.
do as a group for our generation.
Yes.
Have you shared this story with your children?
Yes, I have.
That way they can look for the markers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, obviously my children, they're their own individuals. And they're going to have to go through their own life challenges and then possibly, go through something that maybe was a huge red flag because it was something that mom had gone through.
Yes, ma'am.
And, but I hope that through me going through what I experienced and sharing it with them, that they'll identify those red markers earlier. Because sometimes we still have to go through
Yeah.
the same types of challenges, and then we learn from them on our own. But because the world is not a perfect world,
No.
and so I can only share as much as I can with them, and hope for the best. I mean, that's just it. As a parent, we always hope for the best for our children.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
But you made the right decision there, Katie, because more is caught than taught, right? So if they had grown up in that environment, they would have had that in their personality, right?
Yes.
And then that might have led to a different outcome than today. Right?
Absolutely, no doubt. I mean, my daughters and I, we all talk about it. They know it. They know it, that if we had stayed in that household, they would have been completely different people. I would have been a different person as well.
Absolutely.
So, but
absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah.
It's a very big deal.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of my journey through this podcast. When I say, chew on this, right? Well, what does that really mean? And it's more for, us allowing ourselves to bring out our vulnerabilities
Yes, ma'am.
in a platform like this, because a lot of times, in a professional setting, and I get it, we have to still, yes, and but one of the wisdoms that I have come across now, because I'm more seasoned, I'm closer to 60 than I am to 50. So I can say this with confidence that I am very well seasoned.
Yes, ma'am.
But I do really believe that being vulnerable now is 100% a sign of strength.
I agree.
Our generation, we were taught the opposite.
John Wayne.
We were taught the opposite. And so that's where we end up having layers and layers of different types of walls or masks or facades, whatever you want to call it. And I know the newer generation, they like to call it like the imposter syndrome, but that's the basis of it.
You and I are closer in age than you think.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So we're 80s children.
Yes. Gen Xers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love 80s music.
Me too. Absolutely. Depeche Mode, my favorite.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna say this. So my very first concert was with Rick Springfield.
Journey.
Oh, was your first concert?
Yeah, Bay
Okay.
Area. I'm a Bay Area kid.
Oh. and then guess what? So I went from Rick Springfield to
You had great hair.
I went to a Purple Rain concert.
Prince. He's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Yes.
We lost a lot when he passed.
Yeah. No, his life was cut way too short.
Yeah, and his music is. I was just
Phenomenal.
watching Morris
Phenomenal.
Day
Yeah.
and The Time because I watched Purple Rain, the movie,
Oh, okay.
last week.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, during
Oh,
the
how
off
funny.
time. Yeah. Which led to Morris Day and The Time. So that's crazy.
No.
But you're
he
right.
He was a gift.
He was a
gift
gift
to music. Yeah.
He was such a gift, and he had such impact on the music industry. But you're right. We were raised to present a face, right? No matter what our role was, just suck it up and do it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
For us, we called it the John Wayne thing. You know,
See,
in
I'm
the
not
military-
familiar with that.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
is
the
that-
military, it was just like, no, you're John Wayne. You know, how you doing? No, I'm fine. You know, we've just run 20 miles in the rain, carrying
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
No, we're good. Your daughter will
Yes,
probably do this,
yes.
right? But it was the John Wayne effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was called. But yeah, it's like, yep, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Nothing can
Yeah.
get me down.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and I am going to share a little bit of a vulnerability a time when I was so growing up. You know, I did experience a lot of childhood abuse,
Okay.
but that was part of the facade building, because I always had to pretend that everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I went to school, even saw relatives right after a beating,
Mm-hmm.
I had to pretend things were fine,
To protect the family, because that's what we do.
or protect myself. Like, you know what I mean? I had to compartmentalize everything,
Mm-hmm.
and so, and you know, the abuser was my mom, and she was very good at it. You know, and you know, knowing how not to leave marks and things like that. It's just, no child should ever have to
No.
go through it.
Not at all.
And but I always had to pretend everything was fine. How's your day? Great.
It's absolutely great. Yeah.
Yeah. The John Wayne effect.
It was the John Wayne effect. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
So,
take anything thrown at me and it'll be fine. And you had the facade
Yeah.
to protect yourself and also to protect the family image.
Yeah.
Because that was big,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I hear
Yeah.
you.
And so, you know, so I'm going to bring in the imposter syndrome, because how does that tie into being an imposter? Is because I never felt like I could be authentically me.
Mm-hmm.
The authentically me was hurting,
Yeah.
right? And wanted somebody to, you know, lift me and pull me away from what I was experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
But yet at the same time I had to keep silent. And so that I just always felt like I was just walking amongst people that were laughing and happy, and I was miserable inside, but I couldn't let anyone know. So that's why it was always so awkward to be in a room with just, you know, other young children, because you know, and I didn't, at that time I wasn't envying them.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted my life to be different, but I did know that wasn't going to define my life. I did know that as a kid.
Okay.
And that's why I am where I am right now, because I think life would have been very different if I started victimizing myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then turned towards other coping mechanisms that might have led to, you know,
A downward spiral.
yes. So I ended up focusing on academics, and that's what pulled me out of it. Yeah. So, all right, did we both answer that question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do a soft chew.
Okay. All right, here we go. This one is, what's your favorite way to unwind with your family after a long week?
Okay.
You want to go first? You want me to go?
You can go first.
Okay, let me give it a thought. Actually, I'll just use last week. So last week was Thanksgiving week, right? So we actually had a lot of people in the house. And one of the ways we unwound, so in our family, so we love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
Okay, that show. And part of it is an obsession with Die Hard. And there's a line in there from a character, and we say it in our own family, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas.
It is a Christmas movie.
I believe it's a Christmas
I do
movie, because
too.
I only watch it during Christmas time.
Exactly, so that's what we did to unwind. So we'll watch a movie,
Yeah.
or we'll watch, like right now, with my father with us, we'll binge watch 3 or 4 episodes of like Charlie's Angels or Simon and Simon, those old 70s.
Just you and
80s.
him, or with the
and,
family?
And yeah, my wife and yeah, whoever's there, and we'll watch it with him. It's kind of funny because we're like, oh, remember when hair was like that? Or
Yeah.
We're looking at, I look at the cars, so I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, but I tend to look at the hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, our hairs were so big.
Very much 80s hair. Yeah, we're like, that's 80s
the
hair.
Farrah Fawcett hair.
Yeah, and that's what's even funny because we're explaining that to our kids.
Yeah.
That's where that term came from because we were watching Charlie's Angels. And that's Farrah Fawcett. And they're like, oh, see her hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're
Yeah.
looking for pictures of my wife
Yeah.
with a hairstyle like that. So it was pretty funny.
Well, since you're mentioning pictures, I remember going into the hair salon and having a picture of
Picture book, yeah.
yeah, and then saying I want my hair to be feathered, just
Yes.
like Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Long handled combs. Even the boys did that. You feathered your side of your hair.
that's true.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Why is it that I'm thinking of Tony Danza? Was he one of the
Yeah.
ones that, or Scott Baio?
Scott Baio was
Yes.
famous for it.
For
Yes,
feathering that
and
hair.
like Leif Erikson.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I remember seeing it because I saw
Yes.
a poster of him in one of these shows on some young teenager's wall. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. He was dreamy.
He was dreamy.
I remember that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. When you talk about dreamy, I remember the magazines. I don't know if guys bought these magazines, but at least Tiger Beat.
Yeah, I saw it. You always saw it in the grocery store
Yes.
checkout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he would be on the cover.
Always him or Baio or any of these
Yes,
young boys.
yes.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh my goodness.
Before we had K-pop,
Before we had K-pop, we had Tiger Beat.
we had Tiger Beat. Absolutely. So what do you do to unwind?
So
with the
with my family, well, so here's the thing. I am an empty nester.
Okay.
So, but I still have family,
Yes.
right? And so my family is not living with me, but we do have lots of family events and things like that. And so, and my older daughter, she lives in Orange County.
Okay.
So which is not too far. Oh, if I tell you where she lives, oh my goodness. So she just found the most quaint apartment in Laguna Beach. It's on PCH, and literally she sees it's all ocean. She can
Is
see.
that where you sent the picture from? The sunset? You sent me the sunset.
That one's from my home.
Oh, okay.
That's Long Beach. That's the other LB. There's Long Beach and there's Laguna Beach. Quite different. No, just kidding. But my daughter is renting, and but she found this gem, and so she's in Laguna Beach, and so she's close enough for me to hang out with her. I have to say that since this is her first time having a place of her own, because she's always had roommates, and to be able to sit there with her in her space, I just feel so happy for her. And so those are the moments that I love to do with my family, is that it's more that one-on-one time. And so my younger daughter, who's going to be coming back from Pensacola for the holidays, she's going to stay with her sister at her apartment. And we all decided we're going to do Christmas at my daughter's apartment.
Oh, that's cool.
And she already has a lovely tree. Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. It's always been at my house.
Of course.
Always.
Of course.
And ever since they were little, I always got each of them an ornament, to represent that year.
Yeah.
And so Bailey is my older daughter. She said to me about a week ago, she goes, Mom, she goes, would you mind if I took the ornaments that you've built, over the years for us on your tree, can I put it on my tree? And I said, of course, that's actually why.
That's why we did this. Yeah.
That's why we did
for your
this.
own family. Yeah.
Exactly. I was hoping that one day you guys would take it and then bring it back to your own family. So that's another treat. So that's what's going to happen, is that this year I'm going to bring all of her ornaments and we're going to all hang them
Decorate
up.
the tree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
And that's kind of a transition thing too.
It is. And whether I'm going to say this is, metaphorically or whatever it is, but, it's also a transition of my life, not just her life of transitioning, but for me to kind of letting go with Christmas and having it be at my daughter's place this year. That's part of my transitioning, and to be able to let go of all the things that I thought that I was building a tradition within my own house. Now it's a time for passing on this legacy, and I'm excited to be able to start this new tradition at my daughter's place. And so, yeah, I'm totally excited. Okay, so we did a soft chew. So let me go ahead and pull out one from the hard shoe bag. All right. When was the last time life asked you to choose courage over comfort?
So I'll go with a personal story on this one.
Okay.
The most recent time.
Okay.
So I was actually out hiking 3 weeks ago, and I go hiking on the Appalachian Trail. And I actually do it because it's fairly close to my house. It's about 45 minutes to an hour drive to the trailhead.
Don't think I ever knew that it was literally like your backyard.
Yeah, it
right?
is. It's beautiful. It's stunning.
Because I've seen pictures, and I always thought these were like maybe, a summer trip or something that you had to travel,
A
5
destination.
hours. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I've been really lucky because I try to do this every month. So, and I go backpacking. So I carry everything on my back. It's like 30 pounds, not bad. And then I sleep outdoors in a tent. Okay, so it's kind of cool, but it's refreshing. It's a recharge. It's a reset. The Japanese call it a forest bath. So I go out.
And how many days is this?
Just overnight.
Oh, overnight.
Sometimes I'll do 4 days, 3 nights, but for the monthlies, especially now that the weather's tougher, I only go 1 night, right? So, and I have a place I always go, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Well, there's a lot of black bear activity, especially now,
Okay.
because they're getting ready to hibernate.
Yeah.
So they're out there scrounging for food a lot. They know that all these campsites along the Appalachian Trail, people have left food in the past. So people are bearers of food. So they always raid the campsites, and they're aggressive. So, because normally black bears are afraid of people, but they're looking for food. So they're not as afraid. So, and I knew this, but I've never had a bad black bear encounter, right? I've seen them. They're
So
scared
you
of-
have had encounters, but they were always good.
They're always good because
Okay.
they
Cute
teach
little
you,
moments.
Yeah, they teach you
Picture.
just make yourself big and talk like a human, and they go away. And normally they'll hear you or smell you, and you'll never see them. But here I am at night, and they're checking out my campsite, and I do everything like you're supposed to. I don't eat in my tent. I don't have food in my tent. But this bear kept coming, and not like aggressively, but it wouldn't go away. And it's like 2:00 in the morning, so I had bear spray. And so I'm standing there talking to the bear, trying to be big, got a headlamp on, and I'm like, basically go away. Just go away. And I'm making all the noise. And I'm by myself at this campsite. So eventually it left, but it was begrudgingly left. I basically said, well, there's another campsite, 20 minutes away. Go walk to that one. And hopefully no one's there. But that was one of those things where I'm facing a black bear.
Yeah.
And it won't leave.
Yeah.
Which is unusual to me.
I think I would be terrified, and I would probably already be packing up and leaving.
A lot of people do that, but I wasn't going to because I had bear spray,
Yeah.
which I've never had to use, but I know it works.
Yeah.
And-
And see, so I don't know anything about bear spray. What do? You spray it over you, or you spray it in the air? What do you do?
It's basically tear gas for bears.
Oh.
So you can hit them about 20, 30 feet away.
Okay, so you don't want to spray yourself.
No, you don't. I've seen video.
So good thing I asked for clarification, because
I've seen video on YouTube of them hitting a bear.
yeah.
Stops them in their tracks and they run away. But they
Wow.
can't see because it's
Wow.
tear gas.
Wow.
And I've been tear gassed as part of the military training. But yeah, it's a big deal.
Hmm.
So that's the last time. And I knew there was bear activity, but I never, again, I'm not worried about black bears until that night 3 weeks ago. And I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah.
So what about you? Courage over comfort.
Courage
Most
over
recently.
Courage over comfort. I would say doing the podcast.
Tell me more about that. Yeah, why did you start this?
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. I have to attribute all these wonderful moments right now in my life, really to my faith
Okay.
and my walk with God.
Okay.
And so, but this whole podcast, because people have been going, oh my gosh, Katie, this chew on this. It's like, where did you come up with this?
It's amazing, actually.
And I go, well, I didn't even really strategize anything. It just, I know.
I'm in
I know.
marketing, so yeah, that's weird.
No, it's called clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that might help with marketing. No. I mean, like whoever is going to be in the marketing, you just have to. Sometimes these marketing concepts, it just comes out of nowhere, right? And that's usually when you have that clear headspace,
Yes,
right? And so I think it's because I've been practicing clear headspace 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. every morning.
Okay.
And that is my time, with God. And that's how Chew on This came about. And then Chew on What Matters came about. And even exactly, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even think that this was going to be part of anyone's podcast, right? Pulling questions.
Yeah, this is
but,
cool.
But it ended up fitting perfectly with the Chew on This. It's like hard shoes and soft shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And it just all made sense. But yes, this came about between the 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. window that God has inspired me. And so the whole purpose of all this, really, well, let me answer the question though.
Yes, ma'am.
Believe it or not, I am an extrovert, and I'm great at talking to people one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
But to put me in a crowd, and even though I do speaking
Yeah.
for BNL,
That's why you're here.
yes, that is why I'm here. And tonight, I'll be speaking to a group of doctors. But to have this podcast be potentially reaching around the world,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is a little bit terrifying.
Really? Because this is very comfortable.
Correct. So I think that's why God has put this podcast in my lap,
Mm-hmm.
because this is what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, very much.
But yet the messaging is
Mm-hmm.
going to reach out to so many others. And I think that's what my purpose is to really connect with people, letting people know through this podcast that they're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is that you're going through life, you're not alone.
And that's what differentiates us, by the way. I mean, I've been on a couple other podcasts, and they're great.
Yeah.
But it's very much industry oriented, which is great.
Yes.
Because you learn a lot, and it's always engaging. But this is very much about life.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
And
it.
it's very real.
It's very real. I mean, we've talked about a lot of really cool things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's very, very comfortable. So-
Yes. Well, thank you.
And don't be afraid that it'll live forever. It'll live forever. Don't be afraid that this will live forever in the internet.
Oh,
Don't be afraid at all.
don't be afraid at
Yeah.
all? Okay, I
Yeah.
haven't even thought about that, but you're right.
It's a total expression of courage. But don't worry about it.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you so much. I think my confidence level now has. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No. But I never
Just
really
teasing.
put it. Yes, I do realize it's going to have a far-reaching, in terms of people all around the world. Oh, I have to bring this up.
Yes, ma'am.
So I wrote a children's book, and it was released on Amazon.
Okay.
And I'm able to go to the portal to see where the books have been bought.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about countries all over the world that have
That's really
people buying the book.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I have Australia, England, I think India,
What's the most unusual one?
Africa.
What's the most unusual place that really
Well,
shocked you?
I mean, not that it shocked me, but for some reason, I just thought it was going to be domestic. You know what I mean? And that was an eye opener
Yeah.
to know that, oh, I guess people do buy from around the world off of Amazon.
Yes, they do.
So that was another thing. So yeah, you're right. It's out there.
It's out there forever.
Forever. Thank you again for reminding me. Oh my goodness.
Just reassuring you.
Yes. Okay, I think it's time to move on to a soft chew.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That was funny. Okay. Ooh, got a lot of them. All right. So I'll just take this one. Your team did a great job. This is cool. All right. What's a simple routine that helps you feel grounded? A simple routine that helps you feel grounded.
Well, for me,
Yes, ma'am.
hands down coffee, drinking coffee.
Oh, you took mine. Okay.
I mean,
Is it a particular time of day? Is it a particular brand, or is it just the act itself?
just the act itself.
Okay.
I love coffee. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just the smell of coffee and the act of drinking the coffee. It's very soothing. So, I mean, one time I shared a room with one of my girlfriends, and this was recent too, and had coffee on the nightstand. And boy, did she give me grief. Oh, yeah. But mind you, I have friends that can't take any caffeine past 2 p.m.
Or else you're up all night. Yeah.
Yeah, so she was just shocked that I had coffee on my nightstand, sipping away as I'm looking at my phone. Yeah, that's me. But it grounds me because I can have the most stressful day, and I'm always busy. And coffee relaxes me. So even at nighttime, it will relax me, and I'll go to bed after having coffee. So yeah, that's my routine.
That it relaxes you. That's funny. So I like coffee too, but another thing that I like that really grounds me and actually gives me relaxation after is yard work. Now, and the analogy I always give people is, you know that feeling of satisfaction you get when you vacuum a carpet and you see the lines?
Yes.
And you know it's done? I get the same thing out of cutting grass
I can see that.
or clearing up leaves or things of that nature, because I have a lot of oak trees and they just dump leaves. So clearing those up, cutting the grass is nice satisfaction, especially when you're done and you sit down and you just look at it. Very much kind of a get off my lawn, old man kind of thing. I always told my dad I got this from him, but it's really nice to see.
I was
it.
going to ask you who taught you,
My
and it was
dad.
your dad. Yeah.
My dad, because from age 8, my brother and I were out there mowing the yard and edging it, and he would sit and supervise. So now that he lives with us,
Yeah.
he does that. He'll go out and sit there in a lawn chair,
Drinking his coffee.
drinking coffee, and watching me do yard work. And it's really, really funny because I said, well, this hasn't happened in about 30 years, so
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
That's actually sweet.
It is. It's really
It
funny.
puts a smile on my face when I think about that. Yard work.
Yard
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
absolutely.
All right. So,
Heart chew.
all right. Here we go. What's a belief about success you had to release to find real peace? What's a belief about success you had to release to find real peace?
Material goods.
100%.
Material goods, the fancy watch, the fancy suit, high class travel, the toys, all that stuff. That's not success. That's not success at all. And I think we talked about wisdom,
Yeah.
and that, releasing that maybe 10 years ago, it's not the titles, it's not any of that stuff.
It's not.
It's impact on others and how you impact others, right?
And I think that's why we're doing this podcast, right?
Right, right.
Because I think we're at this point in our life where inspiring messaging is something that we honor and feel like it's gonna leave a legacy of wisdom and truths. Not that we have done things perfectly. That's exactly what this is about. Is that we are not perfect people,
No one is.
and but we're willing to share. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like it's okay to share when we're not perfect. And I think that's where it ties into the vulnerability, because a lot of times people feel like if they're not 100% doing what everyone is expecting them to do or be, then they kind of retreat and put a facade. But I think hopefully just from me and you and my other guests, it's like we can show people that we're not perfect. I mean, through our stories, you know, we're learning. We are work in progress.
Absolutely.
Right?
And it never ends.
It never ends. Yeah. So we kind of both answer that at the same time.
Yeah. And we have the same thing. It's release of the material. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that stuff.
Yeah. I am going to share this with you. I'm manifesting this.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to move to Hawaii. Okay.
That's where my family's from.
Oh, really? I
Yes.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Which island?
Maui.
Maui. Okay.
Yeah.
So were you born in Maui or were you born?
No, my mother was, so that's that side of the family. We're Hawaiian Chinese on that side.
I did not know.
Yes.
Oh.
So so she's from a little fishing village called Kenai, one of 15 children. Farming family.
Small family.
Small family there. But yeah, so we're from Maui, but where in Hawaii are you looking?
Oahu.
Oahu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where my dad retired
Oh.
before we moved him to Georgia where it's cold.
Oh.
That's what he tells us all the time.
Okay.
He's just getting on in years, that's all.
So for me, it's more like my grandmother used to always say it in a very tender, sweet way that she'll say, I'm going to say it how she would say it, Hawaii nui,
Yeah.
which nui is daughter
Mm-hmm.
or a girl,
Yeah.
it's just a very loving. And but she used to always, because as a kid growing up, we're Southern Cantonese,
Okay.
so we have very we tan very easily.
So do I.
And so growing up, I was always very tanned, and I would have long hair. And I'm using hair product right now, but if I let my hair just be completely natural, I have a lot of hair. And so we used to have this hibiscus tree, and my grandmother used to always love picking one of the flowers and put in my hair. And so she would always call me, Hawaii nui. And so the point is that has always stayed with me. And then my high school graduation, my grandmother treated me to go to Hawaii. So that was my first time ever going to Hawaii, was when I graduated from high school. And so I've been there many, many times since, with my daughters and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking, that is where I would love to retire. And I've been saying that for years. It just dawned on me these last couple of years after losing some friends, from cancer and all that,
Mm-hmm.
that I thought to myself, or I've also had a couple of friends that after they officially retired, they end up having a stroke.
Yeah.
Or actually passing from a heart attack. And so I told myself, I am going to avoid the word retirement.
Yeah, you have to.
I am not going to say that I'm going to retire in Hawaii, right? And why am I going to wait until the 65 years of age or whatever people, I don't think we should define retirement.
No, we shouldn't.
And and so since I'm physically healthy, why not do it now?
Mm-hmm.
And I can make it work. So it's not like I'm going to give up my day job. I'm going to still see my patients, but I'm going to juggle the schedule a bit,
Mm-hmm.
where it might be, the first 2 weeks of every month, I'll be seeing my patients.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other 2 weeks of every month, I'll be in Hawaii. Or I might do one whole month on and one whole month off. I don't know yet. But it's just right now, the market is really soft.
Mm-hmm.
And I live in a condominium,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's harder to sell condos right now,
Yes.
just because of the higher interest rates, and people don't really want to pay the high HOA fees, and so I'm just waiting. I already have my house up on the market, so if there's anybody out there, you can call my realtor. But yeah, so that is where I want to be. Is
Where you're
Hawaii.
going to move to Hawaii. So you're
Yeah.
not going to retire to Hawaii.
Correct. And I always tell myself, that I feel like Hawaii is a place where me being a single female,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say retirement, but at a more seasoned age, I think I can do it all independently
You
in
can.
Hawaii.
You can.
I can take their public transit.
Yep.
It's very safe. And in Chinese, I'm going to call myself, a little momo, and I'll be going to Chinatown.
Yeah.
And having my dim sum or my wonton noodle soup with roast duck,
And it's authentic.
and it's authentic, and my jukes. I think I'll be quite happy in that environment.
Was your grandmother from Hawaii or did she live there?
No, my grandmother is from Toisan,
Okay.
which is a southern part of Canton.
But she never spent any time in Hawaii?
Never living in Hawaii. No, but you know, every time when we go to Hawaii, people, the locals will always think that my daughters and I are locals.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I totally just can't wait. I can't wait to be living out that my golden years in Hawaii.
It's a beautiful place. My father enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it's just
And
lovely.
then you brought him back too.
Yeah, because we're basically his only family.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I
and
get
it's
it.
that time in his
Yeah.
life. But we loved it. I mean, we would go all the time to visit Dad or Grandpa, and the children loved it. And we'd stay for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
at a time, or they'd stay for a couple of weeks. I'd have to come back to the mainland for work, but it's lovely.
So you said your mom was born in Hawaii.
Yeah, on Maui.
And then your father, where was he from?
Illinois.
Oh, he was from Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so that's why I kind of look the way I do. Indeterminate genetic background is what I call it. So he's from Illinois, but his promise to her, because he was in the military as well, was when you want to go home, because that's what we call it to this day. We call going to Hawaii
Maui.
going home. All of Hawaii is going home. That's what we call it.
Oh, how sweet.
Even though we never lived there, but
Yeah.
but my entire generation calls it going home, even though most of us are mainland kids, is
Because there's a certain spirit about Hawaii.
very much the aloha spirit.
It's
And
real.
It's a real thing. Oahu has less of it, believe it or not, but it's so warm, right? It's still warm, especially
Yeah.
for people from the mainland.
Yeah.
And he always promised her, when you're ready to go home, once we've retired, let me know. And she actually had that wish, and so they moved there until she passed, and he stayed until it was time for him to come back and live with us.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean by there's more Hawaii spirit on many of the other islands. But I chose Oahu just because, again, I'm thinking that at that certain age when I'm going to be on my own, and I feel like that's going to be the best island for me because I don't have to drive. You know what I'm saying?
So Mom and Dad did it.
Yeah, because there's lots of people that love Kona.
Yep.
But I'm thinking, if I'm on the big island, it's like you have to drive a
Yeah, you do.
ways.
Yeah.
It's not convenient, and so that's what I'm looking for is convenience.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Honolulu is a major city, so everything you could possibly want.
Yeah.
Public transportation goes all over the island. You know all the benefits of Oahu.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's lovely, and my
Yeah.
father and mother really.
Are you
enjoyed it.
familiar with the Moana Pacific?
Yes.
They're the towers right by
Yeah.
Ala Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I plan to move.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where you are. So we would always go. Mom and Dad lived in Kapolei, so which is the it place right now. It's exploding, and then I have surviving uncles and aunties on that part of the island on Oahu, and then I've got two that are left on Maui.
Yeah.
But it's now my generation, the cousins as I call them, and I have 72 first cousins on that side of the family.
72 first.
Firsts.
Wow.
Yeah, firsts.
Wow. I think I only have 13.
Well, Mom's side of the family, a lot of them stayed in Hawaii, and they
Yeah.
had big families as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have 3 generations of cousins.
Wow.
We have 3 cohorts. And I'm
But
in the
you're
middle cohort.
talking about the first generation
Yeah.
is 70.
Yeah,
72.
72, and I'm in the middle cohort. Like I have cousins in their 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they used to watch us when we were little.
Amazing.
Yeah, when we were little kiki. So it was pretty funny. Yeah.
Kiki. All right. So how many do we end up doing? Was it like 4 each?
No, we've got 3. So we have to
3.
do a heart shoe.
One more heart shoe.
This is really fun. It was so hard it's blank.
I just pulled out a blank
Dealer's
strip.
choice. Dealer's choice.
Who has challenged you in a way that ultimately made you better?
It's challenged you in a way that's ultimately made you better? My friend Matt Erding. So Matt's a really good friend of mine. He's my origin story in optometry. I work with him at Treehouse right now, where he's one of the co-founders. He and Gary Gerber founded it. But the thing that Matt Erding has done consistently is, I've been doing this a long time. And he and I started in business at the same time. He came out of the Air Force as well. We didn't
know. Okay.
Didn't know each other at all, but we met during the process. And so we've been friends a long time and have a similar background. But the interesting thing about it is every time you want to get lazy and just turn the handle one more time, it's like, oh, it's the quarterly business review. Oh, it's time to launch a marketing campaign. Oh, it's time to do some sales calls. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of do that in my sleep, right?
Yeah.
I do this for a lot of other people. And it's like, no, what are you going to do? How are you going to bring it to make this more engaging, more different, more relevant, and very importantly, teach others what you do?
And he still does this?
He did this yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were talking about.
So you need somebody like that.
I do, because you can get complacent.
Exactly, I was going to say.
Because it's easy.
Correct.
What you do is easy.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And so now you're being challenged. You're doing a podcast, which will live forever, by the way, just to remind you. Right?
Oh, no. And by the way, this one episode, I have to say, I am under the weather. Can
you tell that?
So I basically got a flu shot 2 days ago, and yesterday it just kind of like hit me with all these symptoms. And so I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit crackly.
She's amazing.
Or whatever. So I'm trying my best here, and that's why you keep seeing me drinking my coffee here, because I'm trying to like soothe my throat. So, but yeah.
But he challenges me every day on stuff, and I do it back to him, right? Or I'll tell him, hey, I'm going to go hiking, so I'm not going to be at that meeting. He's like, all right, well, go further, stay out longer, do something different. But it's always do something different, do it better, stay sharp, stay relevant, try something new, right? Keep your skills fresh, and very importantly, model this behavior and teach somebody else, right? Because what we do is like vacuuming the carpet. You can do it in your sleep, but you got to remember you can teach other people how to do this because it's new to them, or it's not as rote. So, yes. How about you?
Okay. Who has challenged you in a way that ultimately made you better? I'm going to put a name to this person, and it's my dear friend Cecilia Wong.
Okay.
Dr. Cecilia Wong. She's an optometrist, and she's a year below me from SCCO.
Okay.
And but we didn't really cross paths, in school. And it wasn't until a few years ago she attended one of my BNL dinner presentations, and she walked me to my car. Now, most people, when we leave a dinner meeting, we kind of say bye, and then we kind of go off on our own. But she walked me to my car. Then I think a year later, there was another presentation. She was there. Again, she walked me to my car. And that always stood out because others don't.
Right, yeah.
And it's not that others didn't worry about my safety or anything like that, but we're in a secured parking structure and things like that. But that just really touched my heart, the fact that she would always walk me to my car. And then during COVID, one of my longtime staff of 23 years, she left my practice. And I panicked, right? Because when you have somebody that's been with you for that long and is now leaving your practice, I felt like, how am I going to continue surviving?
Right.
I felt like my practice was defined by her, not by me, but by her. And and she was my biller, and she was everything. She wore all the caps. She was the everything. So I remember thinking that there's all these other optometrists that are in my area that I could easily call to ask, can you help me, show me how to bill? Because I need to like start knowing before I hire the next person.
Right, so you can train them.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to call Cecilia. And because she is in the neighboring city, so we have very similar demographics.
Okay.
And so when I called her up, she didn't just stay on the phone. She literally came to my practice, sat down with me, and we did like 6 to 8 hours on that very first meeting.
Holy mackerel.
And that was New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
Because I made a call to her. I didn't think she was going to, but she said, do you have time today? Because she's also very busy. So she was basically finding time that would meet her schedule, but it happened to be that day. So I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you at my practice. And the point I'm going to make is that it was at that meeting that she looked at me and she just said, she goes, Katie, you've been doing charity work for, at that time it was maybe 28 years of serving my community. And it's an immigrant community, underserved community. And she said, you need to start changing things here in terms of placing value on your services. You're giving everything away for free. You're giving everything away for free. And I go, but I can't do that to my community. They can't afford it. Okay. And she said, she goes, well, if you continue doing what you've been doing, then one day you're going to end up not being able to open your doors.
Right.
Right. Because you need to be sustainable.
Yes.
Right. And that hit me. That really hit me. And that advice changed everything for me.
That's
so
real
that
talk,
was
too.
That was New Year's Eve 2021. So guess what happened next January? And I'm a woman of action. That's what people have been calling me, that I'm a woman of action. 2022, just things started moving quite quickly. And then 2023, I started remodeling my practice. And now it's a boutique. It's a high-end boutique.
Oh, look beautiful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But I needed that wake-up call from her, because in order for me to serve my community, I couldn't continue doing the way I was practicing in terms of business.
Right.
Yeah, you have to work 3 to 4 times more harder and see 3 to 4 times more patients in an underserved community just because of the insurance reimbursement.
Yeah.
And so that's what I meant by I have to work harder to be able to sustain myself, and but yeah, I so thank you, Cecilia. I appreciate you, and you know that. I feel like I owe so much to her. And
Well, that was serious real talk. Seriously.
yeah.
That was really practical practice advice.
Yeah. Well, she also kind of slapped me, but to wake me up, like, Katie, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
And it points at numbers.
No, because she was like looking at my numbers, and she's like,
"What are you doing?
What? You're
killing
giving
me."
everything for free." And I go, "Well, what are you charging?" She shows me her fee schedule. I'm like, "Oh my goodness."
Quite a gap.
Oh, huge gap. And so she wanted me to raise it just to her numbers, and I go, I can't. Let's do baby steps.
Yep.
So yeah, so we've been doing baby steps, and so I'm good. So thank you.
That's the kind of advice that I give practices.
Yeah.
When I come visit.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I want to say thank you for sharing your time with me on this podcast. And you did drive more than an hour to get here. We're at the
airport.
Atlanta
Airport
Marriott.
The one on Best Road, because there's 2.
There's 2, yeah. But this is the best one on Best Road. And I do have to give a shout out to,
Mr. Emmanuel.
Mr. Emmanuel. He's here. I don't know if he's still
He's
here.
at the front desk, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He works at the front desk. I think he might actually be the manager.
He's a 30-year veteran of hospitality, that's for sure.
Oh,
Really great guy.
Yeah. So he allowed us to have this setup. We are literally, you might hear people wheeling their bags or talking behind us, or maybe somebody over the intercom, but that was all part of this wonderful spirit. Yes, we're entering into, we're in December, the
We
first
are in
week of December.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you so much again.
Well, thank you for
All right.
inviting me.
Yes.
This was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Maybe this may not be our last, maybe in the future.
I would be very
If you're
happy.
in LA next time, we can do one at my practice.
That would be great.
But I have to say, this is the first time we're doing it outside of my practice. So this
Roadshow.
this is really special, really special. So to all of you, I wish you guys a happy holiday season, and also always remember to embrace every moment by seeing clearly, leading boldly, and also living purposefully. So until next time, bye for now.